In this lecture, we're going to analyze one of the most important valuation adjustments you must make when converting a stabilized market value in fee simple equivalent into a value that reflects the actual least fee interest of the property. This involves comparing the fee simple theoretical cash flow to the least fee theoretical cash flow using the exact same yield capitalization model, the same all cash yield discount rate, and the same 10-year investment holding period. When we reconciled the valuation methodologies in earlier lectures from the direct capitalization and the yield capitalization approaches, we concluded a reconciled stabilized market value of $9,100,000 in fee simple equivalent. But fee simple equivalent assumes the property is 100% leased at market rents under typical market lease terms with a stabilized 5% vacancy and collection loss applied throughout the holding period. Consequently, the property's reconciled fee simple equivalent market value of $9,100,000 represents the property's current maximum value. The least fee theoretical mode reflects what the property is contractually obligated to earn based on leases that were negotiated months or even years ago. The least fee theoretical mode also assumes the property is 100% leased at contract rents under contractual market lease terms and also with a stabilized 5% vacancy and collection loss applied throughout the holding period. Market absorption expectations and costs to re-tenant offset the theoretical stabilized vacancy and collection loss estimated at 5% annually. The result is the cash flow in the least fee theoretical mode assumes the property is theoretically vacant 5% of the time throughout the investment holding period, but at contract rents and at contract rent escalations. Therefore, the least fee theoretical mode reflects the actual contract lease terms and contract rents of the existing tenant rent roll, while the theoretical component refers to the fact that contract rent is never allowed to fall below the property's stabilized vacancy and collection loss assumption of 5%. That's why we now compare the fee simple theoretical cash flow to the least fee theoretical actual cash flow so we can quantify how the current rent roll and actual contract lease terms affect our $9,100,000 reconciled stabilized market value in fee simple equivalent, whether through measurable rent loss or potential intangible value. To activate this complex analysis, first go to the saved scenario that indicates the $9,100,000 reconciled market value in fee simple equivalent. You'll find this saved scenario listed as scenario number 3 in your saved scenarios. Next to the $9,100,000 value timeline, toggle from fee simple to least fee. This triggers the valuation engine to compare the cash flows between the fee simple theoretical and the least fee theoretical. You might note that toggling these modes does not use any of your complementary SmartVal tokens. When the analysis finishes, SmartVal will display any rent loss or intangible value impacting the $9,100,000 reconciled market value directly on the value timeline. In this case, the comparison between these two cash flows indicated a $130,404 rent loss. If you click on the Annuities button, you can quickly see the monthly differences in cash flows throughout the 10-year investment holding period and how the present value analysis was applied to the cash flow differences at a discount rate of 7.5%. The default rate of 7.5% comes from the all cash yield we selected in the wizard questions that was used in the yield capitalization methodology. For a better view of this cash flow comparison, you can toggle to annual by pressing the Click to Show Yearly button and scroll over to view all 10 years. You can export this cash flow annual comparison for reports either as an image or as an Excel model. By pressing either Cash Flow DCF button, you can also view the complete yield capitalization financial models for both the fee simple theoretical and the least fee theoretical scenarios, each showing how the annuity model quantifies these cash flows over the full 10-year holding period. Back at the timeline, click on the Edit button and a pop-up will appear allowing you to change the 7.5% discount rate used for the cash flow comparison model. Changing this discount rate does not change the all-cash yield in the wizard question used in the yield capitalization methodology. Changing the pop-up's discount rate reflects the different risks associated with discounting the cash flow comparison annuity and consequently will change the rent loss result. The correct discount rate depends on the durability and risk profile of the income differences. If you change the discount rate in the pop-up and press continue, the button will engage this action. Once again, this will not use any of your complementary SmartVal tokens. When this action is complete, you will see a change in the rent loss value due to discounting at a different discount rate. Lastly, any rent loss will automatically be subtracted from the $9,100,000 reconciled market value, reflecting the property's as-is least fee market value of $8,969,596. In the next lecture, we'll take this analysis one step further by comparing the fee simple theoretical cash flow to the least fee realistic cash flow. This comparison can reveal either additional rent loss or an intangible value that also impacts the reconciled $9,100,000 stabilized market value in fee simple equivalent.